Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shy, but you can call me Shadowcat as the channel name suggests. And today we're watching more Community. Okay, so we are continuing with season 4. I was nervous going into the first episode because I had a lot of people in my ear telling me that it's not very good this season, and of course I've only seen the one episode so far, and if I'm being honest, it wasn't as good as the last couple of episodes that I just watched in season 3, for sure. But I still liked it. It still, was good enough for me, honestly. Like, I feel like Bad Community is still probably better than a lot of TV, so I didn't have the worst time with it. So I'm coming into this next episode, I think, with even more of an open mind than I went into the first one with, because now that I know that I at least, I'm not totally put off by it, I think that I can enjoy the season well enough. I've also heard that even though this is perhaps one of their, lesser seasons, it also has some really, really great highlights. So I'm very, very much looking forward to getting to those and to seeing like what those are and what people consider highlights of the season. It's a very short season. It's only 13 episodes, so we're going to breeze right through it. It should be it'll end up being about 6.5 videos, I think. So it's really not going to be a long time that we're on this season. And I know that we have 2 seasons left after this, season 5 and season 6, which I'm very excited to get to as well. But of course, we've got to get through season 4, and yeah, again, luckily, I think that it started off to a pretty okay start, so I'm looking forward to seeing what episode 2 has in store for us. So let's just get into it. But of course, before we do, if you would like to watch ahead, we are 4 episodes ahead on Patreon. I also have all of my uncut reactions to all of these episodes, if that is something that you are interested in. We were also watching Lost and Buffy as watch-alongs over there, so if you want to watch that along with me, come join us at patreon.com/ShadowCatReacts. Without further ado, let's get into this week's episodes.
And Andre is going as Han Solo.
Aww.
The boys are stormtroopers and little baby Ben is an Ewok.
Aww.
No, this year I planned a 2-person costume with Annie. She's going as my ring girl.
Okay. Oh.
Pretty freaky deaky, huh?
Annie, no.
Committed.
I'm like the boxing match ring girl. They're the sexy ones that hold the round numbers.
And that's why we leave the couples' costumes to the couples, she said wisely.
You should probably warn your boyfriend's boyfriend.
Just because we're dating doesn't mean that we have to do everything together.
Well, you need to do some things together.
We do some things.
I really do wonder how long this relationship is gonna last, because I cannot imagine it lasting the duration of the show.
Does Vicky have a TV?
How bad? It's a party. You're not watching TV.
No, I'll be watching Annie. She started watching Cougar Town reruns, which makes Annie my 3rd favorite show. And tonight is their Hallowines.
A fan of reactions.
That was Pierce. He accidentally locked himself in his panic room and he needs our help.
Aww.
Sounds like Pierce.
And we are not going. He's lying.
He seemed pretty upset. He's been all alone up there in that mansion ever since I moved out and his dad, got killed by Jeff.
Colin,
No mention of his mom who died?
maybe we should just stop by on our way to the party.
I assure you, the only thing Pierce is trapped in is adolescence.
Ding, ding, ding! To your corners, fighters! Someone save me a towel!
I mean, Halloween has to be the Dean's favorite holiday. Has to.
Holy Helen, this place is huge. Maybe Pierce isn't doing so well since he lost his father and then his inheritance in a video game battle with Gilbert, an illegitimate half-brother he never knew he had.
Guys, over here. Mr. Hawthorne's panic room.
Pierce never had a good relationship with his dad, right? Like, were they really even in that much communication?
Oh, hey, guys.
Pierce, are you okay?
Oh, sure, fine.
Been in there long?
No, not long, but I couldn't remember the damn code. Sorry to be a burden on you guys, but I guess that's all I am now.
That's all you've kind of ever been, but whatever, we'll just brush past that.
Yes, it's in a red notebook in my study, or my bedroom, maybe.
That's okay. We'll find it. It'll take 2 secs.
Or we take 1 sec and just skip to the catch. He's not a sad old man. He's a sad old liar.
Jeffrey!
No, on my way back from the cellar, I saw something that scared me so badly, I locked myself in here on purpose. Part about not remembering the code is true.
I mean, I have to assume that it's just something to do with the fact that he wasn't invited to Vicky's party.
If you knew what spooked me, you'd probably call me crazy and old.
No one's gonna call you
I think
Pierce.
they already do.
You can tell us. We're here to help you.
I thought I saw my dad, but that's impossible because my dad is dead.
Ghost Dad, exploring your haunted mansion for secret codes.
Like they all just walk away.
We're gonna stay here and help Pierce.
He doesn't need help. He needs attention.
Can it, Ham? She's also my ride.
Oh, mysterious shadow.
This house is getting to me.
This house is
Kinda
weird.
weird that a dead person used to live here.
No, what's weird is that a living person lived here with his parents well into his 60s, then they died, and he's still here like a paralyzed Peter Pan.
Not for long. I'm gonna set my shrink ray to daddy issues and blast
I'm sorry,
that
am I
sucker.
misremembering? Or did Pierce live with his father? No, right? Like he lived with his mom and then Troy moved in. His mom passed away. Troy moved out. And then like his father kind of like reunited with him randomly. At least that's how I remember it. And they didn't have a good relation. I mean, look, the death of a parent is complicated, so maybe I shouldn't harp on that too much.
How does one search for a red notebook that doesn't exist without looking, touching, or creating future nightmares?
I'll check the nightstand.
I'll check my messages.
Sounds like Jeff.
You don't really believe in ghosts.
I don't know. I'm just not so quick to rule it out. I believe people can be haunted by unresolved issues in their past.
Cornelius was barely a dad. Now, he's nothing. And Pearson keeps staring into that void, or he can turn around, face his future like I did, and say, who gives a crap who my dad was? I'm my own man now.
Didn't you at the end of last season like look up your dad? So
You don't want to go over the same area twice, so be thorough.
Thorough, got it.
This is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me.
what the hell is in there?
Okay,
You don't even tell Annie?
you're like in the library.
I mean, yeah, that is creepy. I would not want to be in this house for nothing.
Abed?
Living in this house is almost like asking to be haunted, honestly. Oh my god.
Hold on. I've been offended by this coat rack before. We're going in circles.
Okay, it's definitely near here.
Skip this door.
Pierce told me I don't need to go in there.
Then it's
Sorry,
probably the
I'm
library.
going-
Racist son of a...
I'm leaving at this point,
Sodom and
honestly.
Gomorrah.
It's Pierce's special gym. He never let me use it because he thinks I'm a child.
Hold.
He's...
No. Troy, get out of there. Forget you saw that, and then forget I knew what it was.
Great.
Believe me, dating Britta, you'll know too much too soon, soon enough.
What does Britta have to do with this?
Well, she's a modern woman with a...
I love how she puts that.
I lost Abed. I turned around and he disappeared.
I told you to never let him out of your sight. That goes double for how... He's probably already looking for us.
Oh, interesting.
I do not have daddy issues.
You get 2 minutes.
Denial's the first step to acceptance.
I'll never end up like Pierce.
Won't you?
No, because I'm nothing like him.
Aren't you?
Are you gonna keep doing that?
Am I?
The worst therapist? No, because you're not a therapist. Let me point out some differences. Pierce spent his whole pathetic life begging for scraps of his father's approval. I moved on. Maybe Pierce needs a dad. I don't.
Don't you?
Stop that! Okay.
I think that we've had enough proof at this point that you haven't really moved on.
I've had his phone number for 3 weeks without the slightest urge to call him.
Yeah, but why did you
You found
get
your
his phone
dad?
number?
Did I?
Give it here.
I remember when the show was about a community college.
It's been a while. but I'm not mad at it. It's actually funny to look back at season 1. I would actually like to rewatch it and see how much the show has changed. Because I remember even in season 1, I was really enjoying the show, but I didn't know the depths in which we would take it. So it'd be actually quite interesting to go back and watch it.
Help me heal your heart hole!
Never!
So, this is where Pierce has been hiding the taste.
We have no Abed, no codes. Pierce sent us on a wild goose chase. Jeff was right. I am naive.
There's nothing naive about helping a friend in need. Jeff would know that if he wasn't too cool for after-school specials.
Thanks, Troy.
Don't worry.
Britta, while I applaud your gentle approach to psychoanalysis, I'm not gonna talk about it.
It's not gonna be here, is it? No. Oh my god, what the hell?
Spit it out. No secrets between roomies.
Behind you!
I'm behind you too. Just let it out.
Oh my god, Pierce is dead!
I broke the remote!
Oh
You think it's expensive?
I feel like there's usually at least a slightly logical answer for the things that happen in this show. Slightly logical. Like, obviously shit is off the wall all the time, but it's usually not fully supernatural. So I'm like, is there...
What the hell?
I totally had you guys convinced I was dead.
Okay.
That'll teach you to value my...
But there are things coming out of the wall.
You were going to Vicky's party without me. Bet you didn't expect me to fake a haunted house to teach you a lesson.
That's exactly what we expected.
Vicky's the one that didn't invite you. Why didn't you scare her?
Because I hate her.
Did you guys know he was faking a haunted house?
This has been Abed Nadir with the late report.
Okay, but how did he fake the things that happened? That's like my question.
Easy. Some shadows, a couple of mirror tricks, little custom-built latex walls.
Particularly the shadowy figure you hired to watch you sleep.
Wow, that is creepy.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I didn't hire anyone.
Oh, enough, Pierce. Just open the damn door. There's no ghost.
There's only one explanation. I belittled my father's good name for a prank, and his ghost was returned to
Good name? Citation needed.
Ghosts can't go through doors, stupid. They're not fire.
Pierce, So you have to ask yourself, is the real threat out there or in here?
Fine, I'll open it myself.
No.
Big Cheddar's coming out.
Someone's punching in the code from the outside.
Please tell me one of us is outside.
Oh.
May I be of some
The
assistance?
brother.
Gilbert. So you came here to kick me out?
Actually, I came here to give you the deed. But on the day of my arrival, you were out. I noticed mail piled up by the door. I took it in, paid the overdue bills, replaced a few light bulbs, and, well, that was 6 weeks ago.
So you've been living here in secret this whole time?
Yes, I'm ashamed to say that I've had a difficult time adjusting to his passing. It seems his absence has taken a greater toll than his presence ever did. Taking care of Pierce gave my life purpose again.
Gilbert, wait. Look, I've been doing really well since Dad died, so I don't need anyone taking care of me. But if you're having a tough time, well, I guess I could use a roommate.
Will there be anything else, brother?
Yes. Bring it in.
I wonder if he's actually going to be, like, more part of the show now. I was only expecting him to see him at, like, the video game episode, but I wasn't expecting him to show up again, so maybe we will see him again.
Hey, how about you and I skip out on this party?
Why? To do what and where?
Oh, I was thinking you could show me some Inspector Space time. You still want to go to the party? I heard Vicky bought dry ice and gave Leonard the wrong address.
Oh, why would you do that? Leonard would have been the life of the party. Like, you're dooming your party by doing that, Vicky. Is he gonna call his dad? Oh, a cliffhanger.
Was that you? I want to show you something on the other side of the bookcase.
Troy,
They're having so much fun.
find me as soon as you can. Indubitably.
Did it work? Are you tall?
I was mentioning during the episode that I find it interesting that, like, each season of Community, I think it's been each season, has had a Halloween episode so far. And even though this season has a lot less episodes than the previous seasons, they're sticking to that tradition. I will say that there have been better Halloween episodes, in my personal opinion. I'm still a little bit confused about... Look, I feel like ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, like, this doesn't really matter. But canonically speaking, did Pierce live with his dad? Because it was my assumption that they didn't really have a relationship. Like, he had a relationship with Gilbert because Gilbert was, like, his assistant or whatever. But his relationship with his dad, like, he did say at the end of the episode that he, like, losing his dad hasn't been that hard for him. And, like, that makes sense to me because I was like, yeah, you didn't have a relationship. And, like, I remember when he thought that Shirley Sanders was going to go through, like, the first thing that he thought to do was go to his dad's gravesite and, like, taunt him, basically. But yeah, I wasn't, because they kept framing it like, they actually didn't mention his mom, like, well, I think that they mentioned his mom maybe one time, but they framed it as, his mom passed away and then his dad passed away and he was, like, alone or whatever. I was like, I was never under the impression that they lived together, because I'm pretty sure in the episode that we see his dad for the first time, which is the gay Hawthorne Wipes episode, I'm pretty sure that they hadn't seen each other in a while, right? Like, am I misremembering that? Again, this is kind of nitpicky. It's just like it's just something that I was like, I didn't think it was like that, so I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong in that. It ultimately does not really matter, but I feel like the show is just so good with continuity that it's something that kind of sticks out to me. Yeah, I like this episode well enough. I didn't think it was, like, spectacular, but I still had a good time with it, and let's get on to the next one.
Good show, Inspector.
Oh, wow. There are 50 years of these, huh?
Yeah, isn't it great?
Is this implying something between these two? I don't know, because they made it seem in the last episode.
I think I finally got Abed to agree to let you come to the Inspector Spacetime convention.
That
Are you
Troy
watching
was
Inspector
not
Spacetime?
interested, so...
Can't we just tell Abed that we're sleeping together?
Oh, okay, no, they are sleeping together.
Okay, do we want him to freak out and then we have to rescue him from some fantasy world where submarines are small enough to enter the bloodstream?
You don't want to do that?
I totally want to do that.
Okay, I'm saying.
Go. Just a minute.
Troy.
Oh my god,
Printed
so
out several maps
elaborate.
of the convention center and color-coded the best potential routes. One thing's for sure, though. We need to save time by changing into our path.
Grand. Thanks.
Oh my god.
Coming.
Oh, good morning, Britta. I haven't seen you in over 12.
A part of me tells me that Abed knows.
I know you two are having sex. I've known
Okay.
for weeks.
Why didn't you say something?
I love donuts.
You should have just kept up the lie. You would have gotten more donuts.
You don't need sunglasses to go to an Inspector Spacetime convention.
You're right. For an Inspector Spacetime convention, I would need a bag to put over my head. But Annie and I are going skiing. That is the only reason I agreed.
Are we leading up to, like, an Annie and Jeff relationship this season? I mean, I guess they've had, like, vibes for the past few seasons, honestly, but I don't know.
That's not fair. Why can't I go to a Captain Warp Time convention?
Because you'll ruin it.
We didn't invite Shirley either.
Well, that's better then.
I feel like Shirley's gonna feel a type of way about that. I've never been to a convention. I've always been convention curious.
Is there a female inspector?
Yes, and everyone hates her. Not because they're sexist, because she sucks.
Well, I think it's cool.
Britta.
Annie. You're on your own, Al Capone.
Is she gonna cosplay as her?
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Am I the only one freaked out by that?
Hey, Annie, sad news.
I used to have one of those. Aw.
Jeff, why are people staring at you?
Because I've never seen a man who's had sex before.
Oh my
All right, how
god.
many of those do you have in your chamber?
You bear a striking resemblance to Inspector Spacetime supervillain, Thoraxis.
I was about to say.
Now we're definitely leaving.
But I've never been on an adult vacation before.
Hey, you can stay if you want.
Fine, I'll be in my room.
Good. The reservation's under my name. Enjoy the nerds.
I will enjoy the...
Jeff won.
I know.
Blue on photo line looks really long. We should probably get in it now.
Definitely, right after I find Toby.
Who's Toby?
Who's Toby?
Arguably the biggest Inspector Spacetime fan in the world. We've been emailing for months.
Are you icing Troy out?
Never mentioned him.
Well, you've been so busy lately having sex. Besides, we talked about embracing change, so I'm expanding my social circle. He works in Nigeria in banking. He almost couldn't come because all his money was tied up in this financial thing, but I sent him 700 pounds and a plane ticket.
Oh no.
There he is.
You must be Abed. Inspector. Oh, before I forget, here is your...
Is this the guy from Bridesmaid? The, like, Rebel Wilson's brother or something?
Toby, this is Britta.
Oh, Fräulein.
And my best friend, Troy.
Ooh, see?
Oh, my best friend Andrew. He was supposed to come, but then his wife wouldn't let him go at the last minute.
She's such a Minerva.
They're bonding over this.
Wait, was that the female inspector?
Not in front of Toby.
Hey, Blue online. We should probably get in it right now.
Alternatively, someone might just happen to have a pair of tickets to the sold-out panel.
We can get that photo later.
Aw, this isn't fair.
Are you sure Troy and Abed want us here?
They do, they just don't know it yet. Nobody will even notice we're here.
Excuse me.
No, yes?
Yes, I'd like to order some food.
And how many people will be dining today, Mrs. Winger?
Oh, I'm not... 2.
She's embracing it.
And a second turkey burger, but with no bun. My husband doesn't do carbs.
Yes, Mrs. Winger?
Are you Nigel Cuthbertson, the actor who played Thoraxis?
Call me Nige.
Oh god, Jeff.
Actually, we need your help. We're focus testing a new American version of Inspector Spacetime, and you two represent several significant quadrants.
You know, this is good because, you know, Abed's branching out and Toby's really great.
No, you are not being crazy. That dude is trying to steal your boyfriend. Can I get a refill?
It's true. I would like for it to be some giant misunderstanding, but it's not seeming that way.
Like I always say, if you love someone, set them free.
Do you
and
always
if they
say
don't
that,
come back
Britta?
to you, they were never yours to begin with.
That makes no sense. What if they get hit by a car or fall down a well? All right. Play it cool. Make nice with Toby.
Okay, but Toby's not being nice. You can't be nice to someone who's, like, deliberately being hostile towards you.
I was confused.
And what confused you?
The time travel, mostly. Also the space travel.
Anything else?
How many clipboards you got?
Raise the klaxon. Me lorry's plunging.
Oh my god, Jeff. Oh my god, Jeff. I feel like this is gonna make Annie sad.
What is it you like about the show?
I think the show's philosophy poses some really interesting questions about the nature of... I'm so sorry. That's just my ringtone.
See, the thing is...
Oh, hey, there you guys are.
Terribly sorry, this is slightly embarrassing. I seem to have forgotten your name.
It's Troy! You know it's Troy! Okay, it's the first part of Troy and Abed. Toby and Abed in the morning? That's ridiculous! Are you psycho?
Okay.
Just a minute! Having dual careers has put a lot of stress on our marriage, hence the separate rooms, but I think this trip is really...
That is quite the uniform.
Your husband's a lucky man.
That he is.
Actually, I would like to say something. I am friends with a couple of huge Inspector Spacetime fans, and I think what they like about the show is that it's smart, complicated, and doesn't talk down to its audience.
Hey, instead of this constable, what about a blonde with long legs and a tennis racket?
Normally, we don't concern ourselves with adultery, because then hotels wouldn't exist. But everyone here thinks you're so nice.
How did they know that this was Jeff?
He told me he was leaving.
What the hell is going on here? Suddenly our marriage isn't worth repairing?
What?
That is so Theraxis.
Enough! This day has turned crazy. I'm gonna go upstairs.
I feel like all of your guys' days turn crazy.
You went all psycho girlfriend on Abed, didn't you?
Yeah, I screwed up. Classic Troy.
I got you a present.
Britta, would you agree to be bonded to me forever in the Gluon chamber for an expensive souvenir photograph?
Absolutely.
I can't wait. And we can visit.
I mean, okay, if it was a situation where, look, I think that, like, when your friend starts dating someone, like, this can happen, where they prioritize their romantic relationship over their friendships, and, like, it becomes hard, you know, you feel like you're, like, put on the back burner or whatever. But I don't feel like Troy is doing that.
And you went to me and not to your best friend and constable for help?
Yeah, well, his wife probably deleted the email. She's a total Minerva.
Right. And you're dressed as the third inspector who was famous for trying to strangle the actor who played Constable Dudley because they were both pursuing Linda McCartney. David doesn't actually exist, does he?
You're mad. Nothing you've said can prove that.
Except that when we met, you said his name was Andrew.
Bollocks. When you sent me that first email in which you figured out that Inspector Spacetime is both his own grandfather and grandmother, I knew we were soulmates.
What is this show?
If I could winger you for a second?
Sure, I don't know what that means, but...
Maybe all relationships are made up of logical inspectors and emotional constables, and we need both to make space and time a better place.
Maybe you're right.
What, Toby, no, please.
I'm sorry, did nobody see this? Does nobody see this hostage situation? Sorry, what is your end game? What is your goal?
You have to let me
Just
out.
to lock him in here
Until
forever?
Stockholm syndrome sets in. Would you love me if I got you a churro?
Maybe.
I'm not sure how much air there is in here.
And still you talk.
Troy will find me.
Does he not have a cell phone?
Yeah. Troy will find me.
Aw.
Everything okay?
Everything's fine.
What is a gluon anyway?
Can we stop talking about Abed?
Go to him.
Sure.
I've told you before, I don't care about Inspector Spacetime.
I feel like Britta is being quite accommodating.
Where's Abed? He's packing. He said you have a girlfriend and don't need him anymore.
You're lying.
How would you know?
Because Abed's my friend. And he would have told me. He's in there, isn't he?
No.
Hey, Troy.
Hey, Abed. Have you ever been in a fight? Because I have.
Oh my God, he can make a fist. That was...
You okay?
I am. You know, for the first time in my long history of being locked inside things, I knew someone would come.
Aw.
All right, I may have been play acting that we were married, and then the staff thought you were cheating, and I had to save face.
Naturally.
No, I was just daydreaming. I've married you at least a half a dozen times, and Troy, and Zac Efron. Mostly Zac Efron. I don't know, I guess I was a little hurt that you ditched me. I mean, we are friends, right? Would it have been that painful to hang out together?
I can tell you one thing your fantasy got wrong. If we were married, you wouldn't find me flirting with another woman in a hotel bar.
Don't know if I believe that.
Can I buy a drink? What do you want?
An appletini.
Oh, God, don't make me order that.
That is so great. And I have a surprise for you guys.
Really pushing me here. Pierce, Shirley, I'm glad you guys made it. It was rude of me not to invite you. I'm sorry.
Just remember, Abed, I did my best.
We both did. Guys, get your phones ready, because you are only going to see this once.
Bow before Theraxis!
this?
You're doing this without the dean here?
This is why I don't hang with you folks on the weekends.
I get to visit places like this because I can travel through time and space, but not both at once. Do you know why that is, Ensign?
Because Inspector Spacetime, our minds would be blown with the space.
And now I must sleep with the sexiest woman here.
What if Abed loves
who is
it?
also my grandmother.
Oh.
Find out.
I mean, if you can singularly influence a show that much, you might as well try to do it. I mean, if the creators are only taking your input, I don't think that that's on you. I liked that episode. I thought that it was a step up from the Halloween episode that we watched before then. As I was saying in the episode, like, I feel like Britta is being very, very accommodating to Troy. I mean, I feel like the running gag this entire time that they've been together is that Troy is, like, pretty much, like, dating Abed while also, I guess, kind of dating Britta. And, like, you know, it's, like, a funny little gag. But I feel like if you look at it from, like, the lens of these people are dating, I feel like she's being very accommodating. I personally cannot imagine pulling that stunt that she pulled at the beginning of the episode. Going out the window, swinging across, changing her clothes, getting the donut, like... Again, this is a TV show, but I'm just saying, like, if a man who I was seeing expected all of that from me, I'm just saying we probably wouldn't be seeing each other for long. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I thought that this was a fun episode. I'm still not totally sure how I feel about Jeff and Annie, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I feel like they might, in this season, be progressing that storyline a bit more. Like, there were always hints of it in the past, and they've always had, like, episodes where they had, like, moments or whatever. But I'm getting, like, the vibe. I mean, we've only watched 3 episodes of the season so far, but I feel like in every episode, there's, like, a vibe being cultivated. So I'm curious to see if that actually goes anywhere in the season. I mean, I've said it several times also with the Troy and Britta romance. Like, I didn't actually see it lasting this long. Honestly, I never actually saw them getting together. So I'm quite surprised, honestly, that we are still going strong with those two. Who knows how long it'll last? Who knows if it'll be forever? Who knows if that'll change the group dynamic? I mean, I must assume that that would change the group dynamic if they are to break up. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was fun, and I'm gonna dive into more Community right now, so I'm gonna have to end this video here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this with me today. I hope you guys had a good time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.